Oliver Twist is a famous novel written by Charles Dickens. It is the story of an innocent boy, Oliver Twist, who was born in a workhouse. The extract you are going to read tells about the horrible conditions in which children lived in the workhouse. The room in which the boys were fed was a large stone hall, with a copper at one end, out of which the master, dressed in an apron for the purpose, and assisted by one or two women, ladled the gruel at meal times. Of this festive composition each boy had one ladleful, and no more except on occasions of great public rejoicing, when we had 2 ounces and a quarter of bread besides. The bowls never wanted washing. The boys polished them with their spoons till they shone again. And when they had performed this operation, they would sit staring at the copper with such eager eyes as if they could have devoured the very bricks of which it was composed. Boys have generally excellent appetites. Oliver Twist and his companions suffered the tortures of slow starvation for 3 months. At last, they got so wild with hunger that one boy hinted darkly to his companions that unless he had another basin of gruel each day, he was afraid he might some night happen to eat the boy who slept next to him. He had a wild, hungry eye, and they believed him. A council was held, lots were cast who should walk up to the master after supper that evening and ask for more, and it fell to Oliver Twist. The evening arrived. The boys took their places. The master, in his cook's uniform, stationed himself at the copper. His pauper assistants ranged themselves behind him. The gruel was served out, and a long grace was said. The gruel disappeared. The boys whispered to each other and winked at Oliver, while his next neighbors nudged him. Child as he was desperate with hunger and reckless with misery. He rose from the table and, advancing to the master, basin and spoon in hand, said,
"Please, sir, I want some more."
The master was a fat, healthy man, but he turned very pale. He gazed in stupefied astonishment on the small rebel for some seconds, and then clung for support to the copper. The assistants were paralyzed with wonder, the boys with fear.
"What?"
said the master at length in a faint voice.
"Please, sir,"
replied Oliver.
"I want some more."
The master aimed a bowl at Oliver's head with the ladle, pinioned him in his arms, and shrieked aloud for the beadle. The board was sitting in solemn meeting when Mr. Bumble rushed into the room in great excitement and, addressing the gentleman in the high chair, said,
"Mr. Limpkins, I beg your pardon, sir. Oliver Twist has asked for more."
There was a general start. Horror was depicted on every face.
"For more?"
said Mr. Limpkins.
"Do I understand that he asked for more after he had eaten supper?" "He did, sir," replied Bumble. "That boy will be hung,"
said the gentleman in the white waistcoat.
"I know that boy will be hung."